Hey, what's up? In this video, I'm going to go over 7 ways to play the B major chord in your guitar. We'll go over easy versions, non-bar chord versions, as well as bar chord versions. And I'll work you easy to hard. We'll go over the technique, what fingers to use, correct positions, all these kinds of things so that you can play your B major, have some different options when you play it. And again, I'm going to work you through the process, and this will be super, super easy. So let's not waste any time, and let's get started. So people often struggle with the B major chord because they play their open chords and they try to jump to bar chords. And this chord in particular doesn't have an open chord version, but you can do something pretty cool. So if you play a major chord, you can actually slide it up and play a B major. So watch this. Go ahead and put your second finger on 4th string 4, ring finger on 3rd string 4, and pinky on 2nd string 4. And you only play those notes. So just play those 3 notes. Don't strum any of the strings, otherwise it'll sound terrible. So you just do that. And if you notice when I go to strum it, notice I'm touching right here to kind of feel where I'm at. There you go. That's B major. You don't have to do a bar chord. Now, if you know the notes of your guitar, the bass note right here is actually the F sharp. So this would technically be B/F sharp, just meaning play a B chord, but the F sharp note is in the bass. So this would be considered a slash chord, okay? Cool, so if we wanted to put the B note in the bass and play in root position, we can actually leave these fingers right here and use your first finger and put it on 5th string, 2nd fret. And you can see here, this one's pretty uncomfortable. See how this is just cranking right here? Make sure your guitar is going up like so. And I'm trying to put the curvature of my fingers as much as possible instead of jutting this out, but this one's pretty tricky. And then what you don't want to do, of course, is play the 1st string or the 6th string. If you accidentally played the 1st string, it would sound pretty cool, actually. That's a B add 11. We won't get into that now, but if we're trying to play a B major chord, we don't want that sound. Okay? If you find I'm going just a little too fast, I have an article that I wrote up on my website about this chord that'll have the chord diagrams, but then also I have a bit more information as far as what chord progressions sound cool with this chord, what keys use the chord, a few songs that are easy enough that you can practice with this, as well as what are the notes inside the chords that we can really understand what's going on with this chord, and we can level up your guitar playing and your musicianship at the same time. So you may want to check that out. And of course, a bar chord means you're going to lay your finger flat across the strings and quote unquote bar it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing, but now I'm going to have my knuckle kind of high right here, and it's going to be pressing down on those strings 2, 3, and 4, all on the 4th fret. See, that's scooping like that. And then this guy, index finger, is going to play that 5th string, 2nd fret. And my thumb, you can either have it right in the middle or kind of behind your 1st finger. All right, so that's the first way to do it. The second way to do this bar chord is, and this is actually pretty tricky, is we're going to do a bar on the index finger as well. So we're going to have 2 bars going on. So it's going to go boom. This version is pretty tricky in this position. As you can see, I just screwed it up. Because you have to bar here, and it's got to barely get out of the way so that the 1st string can sound. And that's how you do that, okay? But again, it doesn't really matter. If you just did this, it sounds just fine. It just gives you a little more top end. We don't necessarily need it. All right, next, we're going to jump over here to the 6th string, 7th fret. Go ahead and put your index right there. And then ring finger on the 5th string 9, pinky on the 4th string 9, and then your middle finger right there on 3rd string 8. And that's all we want right there. We don't even worry, we're not even gonna worry about barring. We're not gonna worry about strings 1 and 2. Just play that. Okay, so we're getting down that shape without the bar. This is crazy important because later when we add the bar, we just add a little bit of complexity to it. And if you can't do this just fine, the bar chord is even harder, okay? So just get good at doing that. And actually it's the same thing. So if you were to play strings 2 and 3, we're doing that B add 11 again. Pretty cool chord. Again, not doing that right now, but sweet. And then to play the bar, all you're gonna do is drop your index down, boom, and then you're actually going to push it to the side while your middle finger squeezes in. if your chord changes are kind of slow, you may consider checking out my free PDF download and video training on how to speed up your chord changes in less than 30 days. I'll walk you through the process step by step, and we'll fix this problem once and for all. So I'll have a link in the description below so you can check that out, and let's fix this problem if that is you. All right, and the last way what we're gonna do is we're gonna come all the way up to the 14th fret of the 5th string. So if you are on an acoustic guitar and it doesn't have a cutaway, this may be kind of tricky for you, but go ahead and put your pinky on 5th string, 14, ring finger on 4th string, 13, then your index on 3rd string, 11, and it's gonna bar, and then your middle finger on 2nd string, 12. All right, cool. See what's happening here. This gives you a nice high-end sound, pretty cool, not as common. And that's the last way to play the B major chord on your guitar. So now you know 7 ways to play the B major chord on your guitar. We went over the easy versions as well as more difficult versions, bar chord and non-bar chord versions. And if you have any questions on this, let me know in the comment section below, as well as I'll have some links below, links to the blog if you want a more detailed breakdown of this chord, getting into some of the theory, as well as a link to my free download for how to speed up your chord changes. Great, hope to see you in a future video.